We're on.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and listeners of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Third Row Posse Back to the 90s. The year is 1995. I'm your host, Gavin, and with me, as always, is the lovely Megan. Say
Hi,
hello, Megan.
Gavin. Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to get into this year. Um, yeah. Overall, I'm really excited. I well, my prediction came to fruition last week when we had picked the same movie, and um, I don't necessarily feel like that is going to happen this week. I think my choices are getting to know the choices that you have made in the past week. I'm safe. I'm gonna take the chance of saying that I don't think we have any similar choices this week, but we still have a couple of more years left to go. So I think the possibility of that happening again it's pretty high. So I'm excited to see what you have chose this week for this year. Um, 95 was an okay year for me. My youngest brother was born that year, so you know it was it was a good year. It was a good year.
Right then, let's get into it. Let's get into the first topic, as in albums. What is your first pick for album?
My first pick is "A Jagged Little Pill" by Alanis Morissette.
Oh,
Um,
balls. Oh,
oh, you
no.
picked it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, I was wrong, but yes, definitely. This is my introduction to her. I think this was her debut album. Um, just You Ought to Know and Ironic, like those were songs that was played constantly on MTV. Um, to this day, I don't. I'm still trying to figure out the music video to Ironic. Like, are those different personalities of hers, or because it's like four of her in the car?
Yeah, I think it was different personalities.
Yeah. Which back in those times, um, a lot of the music videos had like hidden meanings that like they were storytelling. I don't feel like a lot of the music videos do that now, but um, you had the songs and then you had the music videos, and to this day, you still trying to decipher what the music video could have possibly meant, but definitely a favorite album of mine, and you should have went first, haha. But definitely my first choice of albums for 1995.
Well, I only have one choice then, and that's going to be, apart from Alanis Morissette, it's going to be Queen and Made in Heaven, the last album that Freddie Mercury was ever on, because he died in 1991. So they all recorded this album before he passed, and then they released it
Mhm.
in '95. And it is a
Okay,
good album, like, so it is. But I
okay,
haven't got the
okay.
one now, so you know.
Yeah, how unfortunate. Well, a second choice for this year, 95, is Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt, which is also uh my introduction to No Doubt. With it had plenty of hits from that album. Um and Yeah, that was um that was my introduction to No Doubt. So those are my two choices of albums from 1995.
Right then,
Unfortunately, I took one of Gavin's, so he just got bumped down to one.
let's go into your songs. What's your first choice for song?
Okay. Well, I couldn't pick just one, but it is off of the Tragic Kingdom album, and
Don't
I had
Speak.
picked Don't Speak and Just a Girl. So I just had
I
them like
picked
as
that
a
one.
you picked what? Don't
I
Speak?
picked Don't Speak. Aye, it's a great song.
It happened. It happened. Damn. That's two for two. Well, now
Yeah.
I'm kind of concerned about the movies and the TV shows now.
I don't think we will have. I don't know. I don't. This year's very weird for us both. So it is. So, what's your second choice of song?
You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson.
Oh,
Um, that was just the mm, um, it's just one of those songs that you could listen to that just sounds beautiful, unless you're like going through something in life, and it's just the whole um feeling behind the song, the vibe behind the song changes, but it's definitely one of the songs of his that I enjoy the most. I can hear it pretty much any given time. So
mm.
that is my second choice or third choice of song for 1995.
Why do you want to go for the other No Doubt song for your choice as well? Don't Speak and Just a Girl.
Yes.
Okay, then we'll do that. So then, if you've got three, I've got three. So I'm gonna go for first song, Alanis Morissette. You ought to know, and
Okay.
it is a good song. So it is. Second choice is Queen's "Heaven for Everyone" because it's just
Okay.
like Freddie Mercury. We've got to add Freddie Mercury into it someday. And then the last song is Bon Jovi's "Something for the Pain."
Yes.
We'll have to add that wee song because I just looked it up
So
today when I was playing Spotify and it came on and I was like, what year was that in? So I'm glad I picked the third song because like the second choice would have been Don't Speak for me. So
yes. So why did you pick those songs?
well, it's Queen's last song, so it is Heaven for Everyone. And it's their last album. And I knew I had to pick Queen because like
Hmm.
that album is very special because Freddie Mercury was one of the great rock icons of the 20th
Right.
century. Alanis Morissette's "You Ought to Know" is a more rockier song on her album than like her other songs, "The Jagged Little Pill." I like that one a lot. And then Bon Jovi's "Something for the Pain" is that video tape was played on MTV quite a bit and was played on Beavis and Butthead. And it's
Hmm.
the one where they're in virtual reality, but he's got the headphones in when he's listening to it in the like music shop. And it's a really good choice. So it is. So let's go on to your films. Let's see if we've picked the same movie.
Ooh. Okay. So my first choice, um, I feel like I feel like it's a cult favorite. There might be some things in the movie now that will probably be seen as problematic or even I wouldn't say transphobic, but I think it would definitely I mean, it was a different time than we're talking 30 years ago. And that's Two on Food. Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Starring
Oh,
Patrick Swayze and um, John Leguizamo. And damn, how could I forget his name? I see his face. Um, Wesley Snipes. Wesley
yeah.
Snipes. Yes. And the movie is just about these three, um, I guess, drag queens from New York who have won this competition, and the competition took place in California. And instead of using plane tickets that they had won, because they wanted to bring a third person, they decided to do drive cross country, and they came across some issues that we still face today. Like there's just certain parts of America that it's not as open to people living their lives the way that they see fit. And I do think it's still an important film, after all of these years. But I do think that there probably would, if it was, if this movie was to come out 30 years later, the same plot, same story, nothing changed. Yeah, I think they would they will find some issues with the film. I do, but
I don't know. Never seen it.
it's a good movie. It's a good movie. It just kind of open your eyes to um these three men that are gay, um, but they're not trans. They're just men who enjoy um, participating in competitions that requires them to dress up.
Mm. So then, what's your second choice of movie?
Oh, because you don't want to take no chance saying it before me, huh? Oh, okay. So my second choice is Casino, featuring
Oh,
Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and
Sharon Stone.
oh, Sharon Stone. Yes. Um. uh, Honestly, any
Everybody was
movie
saying it
that
was the sequel to Goodfellas.
but Joe Pesci dies in Goodfellas.
Hmm. But
He
like
dies
Joe
in
Pesci could
Goodfellas.
play any mob character, like so he could.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And him and Robert De Niro have done so many movies together, including The Irishman. I think that's
Yeah,
what the last movie is called.
yeah.
I'm thinking that that movie is based around the time of Jimmy Hoffa and his disappearance. I'm not all too sure. I've only seen it once. But
No, The Irishman is
Casino.
set back in when they were kids, all the way up to the present day. So it is, and it was like a lot of CGI because like you don't see a 80-year-old run like a 20-year-old and all they're saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. One of those movies kind of touches on Jimmy Hoffa's disappearance. I just can't tell if I just can't remember which one it was. But it's a good movie for those who haven't seen it. Pretty much it's what you would think any movie with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci would be about. Mafia stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the upbringing of opening casinos in the Las Vegas area. Um, The, um, all I can say is I don't know what scene took me by surprise first. Joe Pesci and he got whacked in Goodfellas, or how he got whacked in Casino. Either way, uh, he doesn't survive the credits for either movie. He gets taken out in both movies. So it is what it is. But those are my two choices for 1995. Very, very different in genres, but both still really good movies.
Right. So I got three choices for movies. One movie I love, one movie would be my first job, and the last movie is an introduction to two famous characters. So the first movie, the movie I love for 95 was Braveheart, William Wallace. Mel Gibson's last movie before he went all very religious, we will say. But it's about William Wallace in Scotland, taking back, keeping Scotland for the Scottish people from the English. And it's like lots of war movies and all, and you hear the end line of freedom, which breaks your heart when he dies. But it's just an amazing movie. So it is 3
That's
hours
what I
long.
call Drew McIntyre. I call Drew McIntyre Braveheart. That's
Oh,
what I call it. It
brilliant.
fits.
So it's- right. Second movie is the first job I ever had, which is working in a music shop, and it's Empire Records. It's one day in the
Okay.
life of a record store, and it goes all. It's a comedy based movie, but it's set in one day of Rich Manning Day. So it is. So it's got like Liv Tyler in it, and it has Robin from The Craft in it when she shaves her head and all. That's just. It's just one of those movies where I look back on it and remember my first job, and it was that.
Okay.
The last movie is, of course, has to be Mallrats. Kevin Smith's Mallrats, which introduced Jay and Silent Bob to me. That was the first movie I saw them in.
Mm.
And it's a day in the life of like two slackers in a mall all day, and it's just a brilliant movie. So it is. I loved everything about it.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen the last two. I'm familiar with Braveheart, but I haven't seen
Empire
you said
Records.
Empire Records. Yeah. And Mallrats. Okay. I haven't seen those two movies before. Um, but I do love that actress Rachel True
Yeah,
from The Craft. Um, so yeah, anything with her in it, I would definitely check that. I like Liv Tyler too. Liv Tyler is a good actress. Her dad is a great musician. You know who don't know Steven Tyler. So um, yeah, and I'll definitely check out the other flick as well.
Mallrats.
Yes.
What Jay and Silent Bob movies? They're brilliant. You will check them out. Right,
Yeah, I
so
just I
let's
don't think
go
I've
on to your TV choices. How many TV choices do you have?
I do have three,
Right.
but I might just share two.
If you want to go for all three, you can.
Okay. So the first one, of course, is well, two of them are children shows, and one of them is Arthur. Another PBS show I used to watch growing up about this Advar child who has this little demon of a little sister, DW. Pretty much just the whole, just pretty much life of a grade school child and the different things that he experienced. His friends, getting into trouble and things like that. But it was one of those safe type of cartoons because it was on like um public broadcasting channels. So it really didn't it wasn't like one of those cartoons that had like hidden adult type of humor for the adults that was watching it. It was a very clean cut type of cartoon. The second children's show that I do have is Pinky and the Brain.
Oh,
Um
classic.
I I think I don't know how long it took for us as adults to realize that um the brain wasn't the genius that he thought he was. Um it was really Pinky, but just a really good show, another classic children's show. Um this last show, I think this is the show that kind of introduced me into wanting to watch more historically inspired TV shows and movies like Game of Thrones and House of Dragons and stuff, and that is Xena, the warrior princess. Um, I was sitting watching my mom. She couldn't stand it. She couldn't stand this show. She couldn't stand Hercules. I would watch it. She'd just get up and leave the room. Um, she didn't like him, but I definitely will watch those shows. I thought it was, I don't know. It definitely it definitely opened me up to watching shows and movies like that. Like I said, leading up to 300, Alexander, Troy, um, movies that fell in during those times, um, and to the shows that we watch today. So definitely, yeah, and fuck Kevin Sorbo, because that guy, he is a real clown. So yeah, fuck that guy. But yes, those are my three shows from 1995.
But Pinky and the Brain wasn't a full-fledged cartoon. It was only a sketch when it started off because it was a part of Animaniacs
Yes,
back in the day.
yes, it was like really popular.
Mm.
It was yeah, and eventually they did. They got their own show. But yeah, there's a couple of shows that started off as just sketches or you know, and people just took a real liking to it. So
Oh, was that your
glad they took a
Christmas tree in
chance
the
on it.
background? Oh,
Yes, a
I was
little
wondering what that flashing was.
yes, my little tree, a little Christmas hat, and I did have a star, so I put a star on there. Roman, because Roman is a star. So yeah, that's my tree.
And
Yeah,
sure, in Senior Warrior Princess, you also had the mighty Bruce Campbell in it as well.
yeah, yeah. But I guess now here's the thing: was Zena and Gabriel a couple?
Underlying notions of it at the time because I didn't
Mhm.
really want to say in case they blocked out like most of the male audience or the female audience who were against the LGBTQ community at the time.
Yeah, there was definitely signs there that
Mm,
they were, more than
the
just
romance.
partners. Yes. Yep.
Right. My two choices are nothing to do with kids at all. So I at least I
Okay.
win in that section. So the first one is the sci-fi show from '95 called Sliders. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
So it started off the whole multi-universe scenario. So it did. This guy Jerry O'Connell, who was in a lot of movies and all at the time, develops a wormhole, like a wee machine that makes a wormhole into another universe. So him, his best friend, the professor, and a jazz musician at the time all escape into this wormhole. So the multi-universe would be like if the Nazis won, if dinosaurs were still about, if they were famous, how would they deal with it? If they were like prisoners on the run, how would they deal with it and stuff like that? So it was ran for about like 3 or 4 seasons until something weird happened in the last season. So it did. So they would all skip around these multi universes, going from one to the next, trying to get back home. But in the last season, aliens came into it. So they did.
Oh,
So these aliens would try and track them down, trying to take over their world as they took over many other worlds. So they did. And it's very strange. So it was. So the next one is a classic, but I think it started off the whole like horror genre and all. It's American Gothic. So it is. It stars Sarah Paulson, Gary Cole, Lucas Black. So what happens is American Gothic is set in a small town in South Carolina called Trinity. Sarah Paulson dies the first episode and comes back and tells her little brother, because she comes back as an angel, tells her little brother that Lucas Black, the town sheriff, may be or maybe not her fault, maybe or maybe not the father of the little brother, but the sheriff could be possessed by a demon or be the devil.
oh,
It ran for 22 episodes for a year, so it did. And it's a very interesting show, so it was. I think it started off the whole American horror stories and all before it actually came about.
okay.
But it's really good, so it is. So that is our categories done. So this is the part in the show where I hand over to you to talk about wrestling.
Yes. Um, gosh, I'm still reeling in from AEW's Full Gear last night. We have a few new champions. Um, Ricochet is the inaugural AEW National Champion. I think that's the title. He won that title yesterday. Mark Briscoe, he defeated Kyle Fletcher for I cannot remember what title that is, but he is the new champion of that title. Um, it'll come to me. And uh Samoa Joe Samoa Joe defeated Hangman Adam Page for the AEW World Heavyweight title, which uh at the end of that, while Joe was celebrating, Swerve Strickland came back. Um, he came back to defend his what I call his star-crossed lover, Hangman. Um, I feel like in another past life they were lovers. Um, there is just an ongoing feud between these two, but they are going to defend each other at the same time. They may not necessarily like each other, but they will defend each other. So he came back for his bill and to defend him, and we are happy for that. Chris Statlander, she retained her title. So Mercedes is still with 14 titles by the grace of God. Chris won. I don't know how, but she did. But I felt like she was going to anyway. Mercedes already had a title opportunity this past Wednesday, and I felt that because she had two title opportunities, she wasn't going to win both. If she won Wednesday, she wasn't going to win Saturday, and you know, I was correct. So, um, but pretty much, Full Gear was pretty good. Kyle O'Reilly, MVP. He made John Moxley tap for the second time, second or third time. Um, John just have to he just have to accept defeat. He have to accept defeat. He lost, so there's that. WWE.
I was right
A lot with
about Brock Lesnar coming back,
oh yeah. Well,
and I
yeah.
do have thoughts on what's going to happen at the end of War Games.
What are your thoughts?
The end of War Games. Cody Rhodes has already said in the WrestleMania poster he's already beat Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, but he hasn't beaten CM Punk yet, right? CM Punk
Yeah.
is in Cody Rhodes' team, and I think at the end of War Games, CM Punk's going to turn and become a part of the Vision.
He would be CM Punk.
Uh huh. Because remember now, Seth Rollins isn't part of it anymore, and CM Punk is a Paul Heyman guy.
CM Punk would be a damn fool
I think
if he
CM
did
Punk's going
that.
to turn and become the leader of the Vision.
He would be a damn fool. I don't know.
I can see it happening.
I don't know how he could be a leader with Brock still hanging around.
No,
I
Brock's
could
not going to
see
hang
Brock.
around.
I could
Brock's
see
only
him
there for the money,
spending time.
but you've got to
Yeah,
remember CM Punk when he came back, he first said that he wasn't here to make friends, he's only here to make the money.
yeah, but him sitting there dealing with Brock and Braun and Bronson Reed and Paul and Logan. I don't think
I think Logan's going to get beaten severely in it, and I hope he does. I hate him with a passion.
I I feel like it. I think it's gonna be clean. I think it's gonna be a clean win. I think it's gonna be a clean win, but it's just are they gonna let the bad guys win? It's the question.
Yep. Look at the good guys and then look at the bad guys. The bad guys are going to win it. The bad guys have the power.
As before, um, I'm open to seeing what happens. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I don't know, but yes, we have all four teams for war games. We have division, as we have shared. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, BBB, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre on Team Vision. And then we have CM Punk, Cody, Roman, and the Usos for Team Cody, which is kind of ironic because I don't know, like
It's a rerun
Cody
of
being
last
the
year.
captain. It is. It is. Um, all I know is CM. I think there's gonna be a little friction between the three of them because CM Punk, Roman, and Cody, they're all alphas. Even Jay, even Jay, but Jay is not going to try to outshine the three of them. So I would love to see how the three is all going to get along. I would like to see that. I do predict that there might be a little who's the big dog between Brock Lesnar and Braun Breaker. I feel like Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker feels like he is the leader of division, even when Seth was there. And Seth could only say he didn't need them for so long before Braun Breaker kind of led the turn on Seth. Now you're going to have Brock Lesnar in the mix. I do think they're going to size each other up in the match. Absolutely. I do. I think they're going to size each other up because, as we all remember, Brock Lesnar is who Paul led his managerial journey in WWE with. And he keep pushing that Braun Breaker is the future. And we ultimately know Braun Breaker is who he's going to ultimately manage when division does break up. So
Mm,
every person that Paul has managed, from Brock to CM Punk to Seth to Roman, they all have faced each other in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I do feel like Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar is going to. I don't think it's going to be anything too noticeable, but you're going to see that they're going to size each other up in that match. They're going to, you know, see who got the bigger schlong, and it's Brock Lesnar. So be careful. Be careful. Like Cody said, a rose is always better than a Steiner. And I thought that was a heavy pill for Brown Breaker to swallow, but it's true. Um, I mean, there wasn't too many bigger things happening. Oh, yes, the women's Survivor Series War Games. We have Io Sky, Rhea, the former women's champion Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, and AJ Lee on team. I guess Rhea is the captain on that team. And on the opposite team, we have Asuka, Kyrie, Nia Jax, the new uh, SmackDown inductee, Lash Legend, and the former Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. Um, I guess that will be Team Becky. It'd probably be Team AJ and Team Becky. I don't know, but I'm thinking they'll probably be the captains. I don't know. So that we have that. John is going to lose the title at Survivor Series to Dominique. I do think that um they gave John the opportunity to become a Grand Slam champion, and the title is going to ultimately go back to Dominique. I do not see Dominique losing in his hometown of San Diego. Uh, Dominic will regain his title at Survivor Series. Um, which now I don't know necessarily who is going to face John in his final match at Saturday night's main event, because it seems like players that we didn't think was possible is now possible. We have The Miz. The Miz is reportedly going to replace Sheamus, who had suffered an injury, and he is potentially facing um it's like a semifinals. But I don't think they announced who he will be facing. But right now we do have The Miz, we have Carmelo Hayes, we have um Solo Sokoa, we have LA Knight. Um I cannot remember every. I can't remember everybody who. I can't remember if there's
Has
anybody
your man
else.
not appeared yet?
Who?
Has your man not appeared yet?
No. It seemed like they're kind of holding him on NXT for a little bit. But he probably won't be on there for very long. If he does not come on the main roster before the year's out, he'll pop up after the Royal Rumble. But if they do want to give him a title first, then he'll be on NXT a little longer before he appears on the main roster.
Mm.
But he has not yet held gold in WWE, so he might get a title first before he appears on the main roster. Um, so that's pretty much all in ring news. Now there's a couple of stuff that's been going on outside of the ring. Um, fans are being weird.
Oh,
Fans are
front
being
row
creepy.
perverts.
Absolute creeps. Now here's the thing. I'm not against AI when it's used responsibly. Um, I do feel like if people want to try to make some type of means a way of living, they're going to have to adapt to AI. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time. But that's not what this guy Chris did. Um, he
No,
had
no,
the opportunity.
don't don't discuss his first name. I just oh, it's just got me
Well,
mad.
look,
So I was thinking about it.
oh, I know, but gotta air this guy out because he doesn't see an error in his ways, even after the person that he pulled the stunt off of asked him to remove it, even after he was banned from attending this event. He doesn't see an error in his ways. So therefore, I feel like all systems says go, you know. But he attended a big was it big NY event. I think that's
Yeah,
what it's called. I never attended one of their events. It's a little out of my way. It's like in Long Island, and you know, I don't drive, so I would have to figure out how to get out there. But he attended the event, and he had the opportunity to meet AJ Lee, who doesn't do many meet and greets. And now that she is a part of WWE full time, she probably will not be doing those type of events. From this moment on, she'll probably be doing more of the fan fanatic conventions that is pretty much ran by WWE and TKO. So you'll be paying an arm, a leg, a kidney, and maybe some fingers and toes to see her. But I know security is not gonna play about her. Um, but he got the opportunity to meet her, and instead of just enjoying that moment, he decided to create a video, which was just absolutely despicable. And once it went viral, she did get wind of it. She asked him to remove it, and uh, he didn't. And when other fans would kind of get on his case about it, he would block them. And once it got to the owners that runs the event that he went to, once it got went to them, they said that he would be banned from attending any more of their events and conventions, rightfully so. Um, the scary part about this is it's not going to be the last time. It's not even the first time. People have done this before. They've done it with Rhea. They've done it with Roxanne. They have done it with Bailey and a couple other people. So you know, I don't know if some sort of law will be passed to where they can be convicted. I do feel like if you if you could kiss a person unwanted, and you could get harassment charges filed against you, I feel like if you could create a video of you doing the same thing, you should be getting harassment charges pressed against you as well. I do feel
So
like
that
it's
let me, from my point of view, come across with this, right? So as a fan, right, anytime I've got to meet a wrestler or anything, I've had the hands down beside my sides or in my pockets, get the photograph done, that's it, right? There is a certain minority called front row pervs at wrestling events who take photographs of the women wrestlers in like really disgusting, like, positions and all. If they're standing on, waiting for their tag or they're getting into the ring or something, you see all these guys taking photographs. And I
right.
hate that. I hate that about the like the wrestling events and all. So it gives us all a bad name. So it does. So for this to happen, it's really just got to the point where you're just thinking like he's screwed it over for everybody now. So he has. So if
Um,
you're like a fan or anything, you're going to have to go up there, hands in pockets or anything. You can't touch. Like for me, I don't touch a wrestler at all. I've never have. Even if the wrestlers ask me, like only session them off, I said to me to hold their leg and just do like a fun position. But I'd never take that photograph and like post it like AI fake or something like that, or even try and kiss her or anything like that. I think that is just creepy as anything. I just even on his like Twitter bio, there's like if you scroll down, it's all marked November 19th until one day after. So it's like 20 pages down. So it is until there's something else about CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. And it's just, oh, it just gets you cross and angry about it. So it does.
I didn't see any of that.
Mm. There's a guy over here that does like, has done a YouTube video about it. And he scrolled down through his, like, the guy's Twitter bio and Twitter page, and it's like 20 different topics all about AJ Lee until it gets down to like the next day or the day before that thing happened, and it's just about like CM Punk, and oh, it just makes you angry. So it does. I'm just
Mhm. I mean, there's just a lot of people that's out there that just does these things. I came across this one account, and I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it far too many times. I've seen it not only with wrestlers, but with actors, musicians, and stuff too. There's people, men or women, who, I don't know what this guy's case is. I've only ever came across him because of this video. But I have came across a lot of accounts of people who do feel like they are in relationships with
mm.
celebrities and stuff. And like there's little here and there. I think there's a line that
Oh, very, very big lines, so there is, that you
that
can't
that
cross.
can put people across it. And I don't it's I think if you know what to look for when you go on certain people's pages and you see this stuff, like it's not it might not be intentional. I do
Mm.
think a lot of people do have they're dealing with stuff and they really
Yeah.
honestly do not feel like they're doing anything wrong. Um, but when it come down to this guy, the fact that you are blocking people who are telling you that what you did is wrong, the fact that you have herself telling you it's inappropriate, it's harassment, take it down, and you still chose not to. Yeah, it's intentional. It's intentional. And But yes, I've came across quite a few people who do feel like they are in relationships with these people. And you know, I mean, there's just a lot of people that needs help. That's online. That's
Oh,
really all you can say when it comes down to that. But if it's not that, then it's fans who find out where people are staying, or they go out to the airports, and stuff. And CM Punk made it very clear that he does not like people approaching him in the airport and at hotels. And there was one video. It got taken down. I don't know if it was the guy took it down himself or whether it got reported, but there was a video floating around on TikTok. I mean, it's still on Twitter, but he is like standing outside of a hotel here in New York while he was here in New York for Raw and for SmackDown. And you can see CM Punk and AJ. They're going into their hotel, and you can't see the person who's shooting the video, but you can hear him talking to people behind the camera. And this one woman, pretty much just said, "Yeah, he shot me a dirty look. He gave me a dirty look." And you can hear a second guy saying, "Yeah, well, he said he don't like people um waiting outside his hotels, and he don't like people approaching him in airports and stuff." And it's like, yeah, if you're a fan, then you know that. If you're a fan of his, then you know how he feels about that. And on top of that, he's not traveling by himself, he's with his wife. So his alert system is going to be on, he's already going to be on high alert, especially after that video that came out.
mm,
He's going to be even more intense than he already is. Now, I've joked with my sisters about this, and I said, look, if I saw a CM Punk walking down the street, I didn't see him because I wouldn't know if it's safe to approach him. Like if I see him, I don't see him. I just didn't. I saw him. You know, post up a picture or it didn't happen. Well, I guess it didn't happen because I'm not gonna be one of those people that pull out a phone and record them as they're walking past and stuff. Um,
you're not PMC.
I eh, just don't want to. And when you see the videos online, you can see a lot of these wrestlers. There's one account on TikTok, a separate account, and he caught a lot of videos of AEW wrestlers, Tony, Samoa Joe, Orange, um, and they all made some sort of eye contact with the camera. And that alone doesn't tell you that they see the camera. They're letting you know
Mm,
they see the camera. Stop filming them. It's weird. But yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing, It's just they're people, So stop harassing them. Stop following them. Um, Stop feeling entitled. I know there was this one guy that was really upset with um Fallon Henley from NXT
mm.
because she was responding to people. She didn't respond to him. I don't know if it was intentional or she didn't see his tweets, but he got really irritated behind that. And fortunately for her, she had a lot of fans that pretty much jumped his ass in the comments for the things that he was saying. So, yeah, just don't be weird. Don't be weird. Pretty much all I
Yeah.
can say. Um, Honestly, wrestling was a little, a little up and down, but overall, It was good. Shout out to Javon Evans. He had three big matches this week. He had his match against uh, Walter, formerly known as Gunther. That was Walter that came out on Raw. Um, I think it was a setup. I don't know why they set that child up like that. He's only 21. Why would you set him up like this? Um, he also had a match on NXT and last night at Triple A, which was on around the same time as AEW show, so I didn't get a chance to see Triple A. Um, MLW also had a show. I'm trying to remember what day it was. What day it was in South Carolina. Karrion Cross, or formerly known as Karrion Cross, Killer Cross. He had a match against Matt Riddle. Made him tap. It was beautiful. He made him tap, rightfully so. Could put Riddle right up there with Ronda Rousey and Logan Paul. Just completely kicked them out of wrestling forever. Tired of them. Um,
Is that the
Scarlett.
video? Is that the video with your guy, the interviewer that happened over the weekend with the interviewer interviewing Carrying Cross, where he puts his hand on his shoulder? No,
Probably,
that's
probably he was just
that's a
trying to
great
like
interview.
trying to psych him out and telling him that he made him tap so many times before he was gonna make him tap for that show, and Carrion did what he had to do. Him and his wife, they won their match. Scarlett, she had a match against Isla Dawn. She had a match against Isla Dawn, and she defeated her. Trying to remember what else happened. House of Glory. Shotzi did defeat Indy Hartwell for the House of Glory Women's Championship. So Shotzi is the new Women's Champion of House of Glory. Um, I just remembered Tatum Paxley. I that was so
Oh,
disgusting how they did my girl Tatum. The Cullens go to hell. Izzy, you and your man Braun Breaker, y'all two deserve each other. I felt so bad for my girl Tatum. The minute I saw Sean Spears jump in front of her, I knew what that meant. And before any of us could have a reaction, Izzy Dame just came and she just kicked her to next year. And JC Jane is now two-time NXT Women's Champion. So, yeah, I knew I was forgetting something. It came to me. I think, I honestly, I didn't forget. I think just due to the trauma of that, I just pushed it so far down that I just, tried to, I just tried to forget what happened. But yeah, so yes. But, yes, before we go, I did see episode 3 and 4 of Welcome to Dairy. Um, and I'm starting to get into this other show called From.
yeah.
Uh,
I've only saw the
I,
first episode of it.
yes, I am on episode 5 of season 1.
I'll
Um,
catch up on that
but
then this week.
yes, because the fourth season is coming out, so
Mm.
we're a little behind. But
Oh, and also House of the Dragons has come back next year as well.
I hate that it's the summertime. With the way this whole year just flew, the way that this whole year flew, we will be in the summer of 2026 in no time because this whole
Hmm.
year just went by so fast. Don't know where this year had to go, but it had to go somewhere, and it had to go somewhere fast because I, I was just celebrating New Year's. Now we're about to celebrate New Year's again.
Do you not
Quick this
celebrate
year went.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's like I remember going to Times Square and seeing the 2026 uh not
Ball
excuse me, the
drop.
2025 uh little like the lights and stuff. And last year they were giving out little pieces from the ball from 2024. It was giving it out last year, and the line was just far too long. I think they're now going to do a little ticket thing. I'm gonna try and see what happens, but that was just in December,
Mm,
and now we're almost into a whole nother year. So yeah, this year went by really fast. But
right then,
um,
let's talk about episode 3 and 4 of It. Welcome to Derry. What do you think?
yes, um,
I've got thoughts.
I like I said, I could see where they was going when it came down to this. This is a horror show. At the same time, it's horror for a whole new different reason. And to learn that this young girl's father is being accused of taking the lives of these young white children, and the fact that he is okay with being blamed for these children's disappearance because
But do
he,
you know why?
yeah, and that's the thing that just you know that just goes to show like you know
Hmm.
that's a different type of horror for
Hmm.
us as people. Where I would rather sit in jail because I don't want people to know that I spent time with a white woman and we had some intimacy. I mean, it's just like he said. It's like he wouldn't be in jail if they knew what happened to him. He would not be in jail. They will find the nearest tree for him,
Yeah.
and that's the reality. The scary part is, in some areas of America, that still is a reality.
Hmm.
That still is a reality. But you know, bypassing that, I want to know what is its beef with Lily because
I
he
think
seems,
he's saving her. I do think he's saving her for something big because his daughter, its daughter, the woman in the psychiatric hospital, has given her a bracelet and also now given her tablets to say don't for it to come. It scares people. So the tablets are for it. For the tablets are not to make you more scared. And she was about to take it when her friend got the eyes, the buggy eyes. So she did.
yeah,
So
but look,
I think
you
Pennywise is
didn't,
saving her for something bigger.
you didn't set this girl up in the grocery store that got her sent to the nut house. Then you set her up to look like she stabbed her friend,
Mhm.
even though it might have been worse compared to whatever the was it the patty cakes or whatever they call themselves had planned for her
Yeah.
because they was going to really embarrass her when it came down to this boy that she likes. Um Overall, Uh, it's
I think there's a bigger story with her. I think I've seen a trailer for episode 5 where Pennywise has come back and he's going to try and get her to bring the other kids over to him. So do. But I think it's going to keep her around to get the shards from the house.
I can see
Because
that.
if you watch at the end of episode 4, when your man was in The Shining, it wasn't him at the end when he poked his head up through, poked his head up behind the mother's back. It was it.
Uh-huh.
Because you saw
Yes.
the eyes and then you saw him smiling and he goes, okay, show me where the shards are. And when he's pointed out to the house. So I think it's going to keep the kids around to collect all the shards and then something big's going to happen. Because it's
I,
present in the forest at the moment. Once the shards are removed, it's free. So,
I can see it.
mm.
You definitely see it. Um,
But
but
did
I'm
you like the
excited for.
whole backstory of it in episode 3?
Yeah. I mean, like I feel like I should have watched the movies because I didn't really get into the movies either.
I
Michael
haven't watched the
watched the
movies yet.
movies. Yeah, I haven't. Like people explain that if you watch the movies, after you know, before you watch the show, you will kind of see like where things are going when it comes down to how these children are going to grow up, um and who
Mm.
survives and who don't.
I'm glad I didn't watch the
So,
movies then, because I am watching it for the kids here to see what happens.
uh,
So yeah.
yeah, but I'll be tuning in tonight, of course, after one of my shows come back on. Tonight,
What's your
um,
shows?
is a reality show called Baddies.
Oh.
Yes, it does come back on tonight. Baddies USA. There's a whole lot of fighting, a whole lot of scrapping. So I will be tuning in, of course. Um, we love the drama. We love the drama. So it should be good. It should be good. They've been pretty much just talking about it all since the last season had pretty much ended. So yes, baddies come back on tonight. Um, yeah, a little disappointed that House of Dragons is coming back on in the summer, but overall, like I said, it should be good. I know we still have a couple of other shows that I don't know if they're ever coming back on, but I'm excited. I'm excited for House of Dragons. It's gonna be
Right
good.
then. Let's wrap this up. So if you want to find us on the internet now, you can look for Third Row Policy on Instagram and X. And also now we are on Spotify for the audio podcast and for our playlist going through the 90s, and on YouTube for the videos. So, Megan, where can people find you on the internet?
Um, as always, you can find me on Instagram at Megan Ambers or Twitter at I am Megan Ambers. Um, I am on TikTok, but I haven't really updated that all too much. But I'm hoping that I do soon. But pretty much Twitter and Instagram. That is where you can
What,
find me.
what about this other podcast that you were on this week? The other wrestling podcast? Do you want to give them a
Um,
shout out?
ooh. Yeah, Black Wrestling Podcast. I do write for them. I was a part of their annual 50 list, where we highlight Black wrestlers and their years, or who we think is going to have a big year, or who has had a big year. And I have written for um, I have written 2 articles for them. So yeah, this week I had popped up on their spaces, pretty much to just talk about Mercedes and her then match against Red Velvet, and pretty much who I thought was going to win, which Mercedes, she won. Um, which I don't know if a lot of people was upset behind it. But that was Red Velvet's first match back after suffering an injury, I think over the summer. Um, but yeah, so yeah, shout out to Black Wrestling Podcast. You can check them out they do a space every Tuesday. I want to say Wednesday and I believe Thursday. Um, on Twitter and on YouTube. So yeah, shout out to them, my people.
Okay, and with all that being said, folks, we will be back next week for the year 1996. So until then, see you later. Bye.